Ukraine's Aerorozvidka aerial reconnaissance teams are not the first to use small multicopters to drop bombs, but they have transformed the drones from nuisance weapons into tank killers. They have achieved this with simple but effective upgrades that are likely to be copied widely. The consumer drone revolution took off in 2013 with the launch of the Phantom quadcopter by Chinese company DJI. The great difference between this and previous radio-controlled aircraft was a sophisticated autopilot allowing operators to fly the drone out of the box with no training or experience. Anyone could produce impressive aerial photography helped by the autopilot's rock-steady hover at a fraction of the cost of a helicopter or crane rig. The biggest limitation was the flight time of 10 minutes, which has increased to over 40 minutes in more recent DJI models. Users quickly experimented with carrying payloads and dropping bombs. By 2017, ISIS was routinely using consumer drones to drop improvised munitions on US-backed Iraqi forces. The bombs were generally American 40mm grenades, modified with the addition of tail fins and a new fuse weighing about 240 grams. ISIS released hundreds of videos of successful drone bomb attacks on personnel and unarmored vehicles. Small drones are hard to spot and even harder to hit with machine guns. Ukrainian and Russian-backed forces have long used them in the Donbas region, typically dropping modified Russian 30mm grenades. Such drones are effective for harassment and anti-personnel missions. Aerorozvidka is a non-governmental organization of volunteers and IT specialists created during the 2014 conflict to assist Ukraine's armed forces with badly needed drone reconnaissance. They experimented with consumer drones as bombers and soon concluded something bigger was needed to take out armored vehicles and ended up building their own from commercial components. This is the R-18 octocopter with 8 rotor blades, a flight time of 40 minutes, and a carrying capacity of 5 kilograms. The R-18 is fitted with a thermal imager, allowing it to pick out vehicles with their engines running even in pitch darkness and behind vegetation. Rather than a single large bomb, the R-18 typically carries 3 RKG 1600 bombs. These weigh a kilo each and are adapted from 1950 Soviet-era anti-tank hand grenades. As an infantry weapon, these took considerable courage to use, as they could only be thrown a short distance. Fitted with plastic tail fins, though, they can be dropped accurately from a drone hovering at 100 meters or more. The grenade-shaped charge warhead punches through over 20 mm of steel and so easily penetrates a tank's thin top armor. Videos show that the RKG 1600 is not the only weapon in use, a variety of other munitions. Apparently adapted from old RPG warheads or rifle grenades have been deployed. All are essentially light armor weapons with shaped charges, rather than the fragmentation weapons dropped from smaller drones. And anti-tank drone use seems to have spread from Aerorozvidka to other units. This drone attack was carried out by the 93rd Mechanized Brigade, this one by the 503rd Separate Marine Battalion. Such attacks are highly effective because Russian tanks, unlike their NATO counterparts, do not store ammunition separately. Any penetrating hit on the crew compartment can trigger a catastrophic ammunition explosion, often throwing the turret some distance. Ukrainian videos show that after dropping the first bomb, the R-18 operator waits to see where it lands before adjusting the position of the drone for the next attempt. The first bomb may be off by a few meters, but tweaks allow the second or third to hit. This gives the cheap, dumb bombs the sort of pinpoint accuracy that is normally only possible with expensive, laser-guided weapons. Analyst Nick Waters of Bellingcat, author of the definitive work on ISIS drone bombers, says this novel bomb aiming technique from a hover allows the operator to correct for wind or other variables and gives a far higher chance of a hit. Aurorozvidka typically attacks at night, which may explain why the target vehicles rarely seem to take evasive action, as the crew may not be in the vehicle, though some videos show them fleeing during the attack. Waters says that even if the crew are present, they are unlikely to realize where the attack is coming from. The drones drop bombs from a height of a few hundred meters. Altitude can be estimated from the time taken for a bomb to fall, so are likely to be inaudible if there are any vehicle engines running nearby. And small drones, difficult to see by day, are invisible in the dark.